Hey guys, I'm back again with a brand new video for you all, and Willpower Cup is starting from tomorrow along with Ultra League. Well, Willpower Cup is the cup where only 3 types are allowed, that is Psychic, Dark, and Fighting. And we'll be talking about the best teams that we can run in this Willpower Cup, which is starting from tomorrow. But before that, we'll be talking about the rankings. But before that, I want to tell you about the tournament that we are going to start, which is Day 1 Chaos Cup Meta. Now, this is a point and slot based team making meta, so you guys will have to join our Discord server and check the infographics to build a team for this, and the tournament link is given in the description, and Discord server link is given in the description. You can simply contact me if you want to join the tournament. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you like our channel contents. So now let's talk about the rankings, and then we'll be talking about the 10 best teams that we can run in this Willpower Cup. So here we go for the rankings of Willpower Cup. There you go, Drapion, the Dark Poison, #1. I think just a day, 2 or 3, not a day, 2 or 3 days back, Mandibuzz was the #1 Pokemon for this cup. I think so. Now it's Drapion and Mandibuzz is #6, right? And one thing, if you noticed, there are Dark Poisons, Psychics, and even Ground, the Claydol there, right? And Charmers like Gardevoir and Fairy Rapidash, right? And the fighters are not even in the top 15. There are only Poison, Dark, Fairies, 1 Ground, right? And Psychics. Those are the top 15s, even though fighting is allowed in this cup. And the fighting is deep down here, and I'm searching for it. Number 27, it's going to be Annihilate. And 28 is Primeape, and Shadow Annihilate is going to be 29. That's the fighter's slot for this cup, but it is going to be very good. For example, Annihilate against Drapion is going to be inside of Annihilate, right? Annihilate will have upper hand against Drapion, the #1 Pokemon, so it's definitely going to be good. And yeah, Primeape is also going to be good. Obviously, the Rage Fist, the move is going to be insane, right? But here we go, we got Cresselia and things to counter those like Mandibuzz, right? With that Aerialist, you still need multiple, like 2 Aerialists to knock them out, but you can still beat them with Mandibuzz, right? The problem here is the #1 pick for me is going to be Claydol, because look at the top 1, 2, 3, 4 Pokemon, and Claydol can beat all of those, right? And where it struggles is with Mandibuzz. And except that, I don't see where Claydol struggles, except from Grass Knot from Cresselia, and except against Mandibuzz. Yeah, Claydol is looking pretty clear for me. And there you go, Galarian Moltres is also good, and Sableye is good against Claydol with that Shadow Claw against its typing, right? It's super effective. Other than that, Claydol is looking pretty clear to me. That is why I picked it as my #1, right? So Skuntank and Skuntank Shadow and Normal is going to be number 9, and 10. Cresselia is 8. Gardevoir, Charm, Shadow, that is going to be number 5 on this meta, which is going to do a lot of damage. Not a lot of the people... Ooh, why did I say people? Not a lot of the Pokemon are going to resist Charm in this meta. Even though there are going to be Poison, they are still going to be Dark, right? So it's 50-50, right? And there we go. Things are going to be Victini against that Charm, good, right? And there's going to be Metang. I'll show you where Metang is. Metang is here, number 47. There we go. It can beat all the fairies. Look at that, Gardevoir, Rapidash. And you can even beat Quillfish and Cresselia. Loses against Mandibuzz and Claydol, obviously, and Skuntank and Drapion and Primeape Shadow version as well, as it shows there. Right, so this is the meta. Yeah, this is all the meta. And Greninja is gonna be one of my favorite pick for this cup. Greninja and Victini. Greninja being okay. Talk about Claydol and Mandibuzz. The things Claydol can destroy, those things can be good against Mandibuzz, and the things that Mandibuzz can destroy, those things can be good against Claydol. So Greninja can beat both Claydol and Mandibuzz with that Hydro Cannon. It's gonna be very good against Claydol, right? And it's gonna do heavy neutral damage against Mandibuzz as well. Mandibuzz is gonna need multiple Aerialists as well. Greninja is also gonna need more than 1 Hydro Cannon, obviously, but he can still do a fight there. All right, like things like if Drapions got Sludge Bomb, then it's gonna be a little bit difficult for Mandibuzz, or else Mandibuzz is gonna be clear against Drapion, right? And yeah, that is pretty much how it goes. The thing that look at that, Victini can be destroyed by both Claydol and Mandibuzz, and yeah, Slowbro can be destroyed by both Claydol and Mandibuzz, and Gardevoir is gonna be definitely destroying Mandibuzz, but Gardevoir is Shadow version is gonna lose against Claydol. So that's how it goes. And yeah, it's Cresselia with Grass Knot can beat Claydol, and Mandibuzz is gonna beat Cresselia, right? Primeape, Shadow, and Claydol is gonna be a little tricky, but Mandibuzz can beat Primeape. So that's what I meant by earlier when I said things that can beat Claydol, Mandibuzz can beat it. Mandibuzz, things that can beat Mandibuzz can Claydol can beat. Right, like Morpeko can beat Mandibuzz, Claydol can beat Morpeko. Right, Quillfish can beat Mandibuzz, Claydol can beat Quillfish. If you see here, yeah, there you go. Claydol can beat Quillfish, and yeah, that's how all these Pokemon here and there. The teams are gonna be all around these Pokemons, all around these metas. Just the 3 typings, right? Psychic, Dark, and Fighting. So let's move forward to the teams here. So moving on to the moving on to the first team. So the first team is going to be Mandibuzz or Claydol in the lead, and Double Dark, Poison, Skuntank, and Drapion at the back. You can either use Claydol or Mandibuzz in the lead. Now if you run Claydol, then this team is gonna struggle with Claydol itself, or else it's gonna be very, very good, right? It's gonna be very, very good if you run Claydol and can survive against other Claydols in the lead. And if you bait out a Claydol with your Drapion safe swap, then it's gonna be fine. And if you still struggle against those, then run Mandibuzz in the lead, right? And yeah, with Grass Knots, Cresselia is gonna have a little bit slightly upper hand against Claydol, and with the Dark typings, Drapion and Skuntanks can beat Cresselia, right? That's gonna be ABB for those scenarios. And Mandibuzz, it's gonna struggle against Mandibuzz. This whole like team, if Drapion doesn't have Sludge Bomb, then it's gonna struggle. But if it has Sludge Bomb, then it's gonna be fine. You can just fire those Sludge Bombs, and Poison Jabs from Skuntank is gonna do good. And you can run all Shadow at the back if you have. And I have not kept movesets for every Pokemon here. And if you want movesets, then I'll put it in comment for every Pokemon. You can just comment, right? I'm gonna put it. I just didn't wanted to lower the size of these Pokemons and then adjust movesets somewhere here. So movesets is still given in the rankings here as well, if you can see it, right? So yeah, this team is gonna be pretty good, and if you can also run Mandibuzz, as I said, right? So yeah, you can run this team. This is gonna be strong. Let's move forward to another team. It's going to be team number 2, and Skuntank and Greninja and Mandibuzz. Now this is gonna be triple dark, right? But your dark in the lead can do super effective against fairies, right? Like Gardevoir or Rapidash, and backline kind of struggles against those, right? So it's gonna be dark water, dark flying, and you got Poison Jab user up front. That's how this team is gonna be built. And front lead is strong, weak against Claydol, so you can safe swap into your Greninja. Greninja is gonna do really good in the safe swap, or you can also do Mandibuzz, right? That's how this team is going to run, and it's going to perform pretty well. I know that this team is going to be good, and I'm kind of sure about it. Now, yeah, every team's got its own weaknesses, but we can always bait out the fairy with one of our safe swap, right? And that's how this team is gonna go. Let's move on to another team. It's gonna be team number 3, Gardevoir and Claydol and Cresselia. Now a little bit of bulk at the back line, and then you got Glacier in the lead. Now charm damage is gonna be super impressive in this cup. Look at the back line, both weak against Mandibuzz, right? And you got Gardevoir with Charm in the lead. And So this is going to be ABB for those Mandibuzz or the Galarian Moltres, right? That's how this team is built, and it's pretty simple. It's not hard to understand, right? Kind of struggles against things like Drapion and Dark Poisons, but you can always handle. You can put a shield, you can take the shield, right? But against the poisons, only Crunchy is going to do Crunchy and Aqua Tail. You need to watch out for your Claydol, or else you're going to doing massive super effective damage from your fast move, Mud Slap from your Claydol. Yeah, that's how it's gonna go. And against Claydol itself, you have Grass Knot in your Cresselia, you have your own Claydol, and you're doing neutral damage with your Charm. You're also taking a lot of damage with that heavy hitting neutral Mud Slap against your Gardevoir, right? So yeah, that's how this team is gonna go, and it's gonna perform pretty well. Nothing much to understand if you with this team. I'm gonna run this team. So let's move forward to another team. It's gonna be team number 4, Cresselia and Double Fighter. This is kind of wild team. Double grandfather and father there. Grandfather of Mankey and father of Mankey, with Cresselia in the lead. Right now, entire team kind of neutral against things like Claydol. Right now, you might be wondering, what do we do against things like Mandibuzz? You can tank a move in your Cresselia if it's in the lead through the Moonblast. It's gonna do super effective, right? Well, it's not like it's gonna one-shot or anything, but you can still throw the Moonblast and then come in with one of your fighter. Its fast move is gonna be Snarl. It needs to throw the Aerialist, right? You can run Ice Punch in both of your backline, or run Close Combat in both of your backline. That is gonna be deadly, and that's gonna put pressure in your opponent's mindset. This kind of team, right? And now a lot of teams are going to be ABB because the typings are only 3. Look at that. It is going to be ABB, right? Now, in some cases, it is going to be ABA for sure. Like, what do you do in Psychic, Dark, and Fighting only, right? It's all about willpower. It's all about your willpower. You know, that is why this cup's name is Willpower. But yeah, this team is going to work. And let's move on to another team. It's going to be team number 5, G-Bro and Double Dark. That is Greninja and Sableye. Again, you might be saying, wow, ABB, another ABB, wow. But you know what? This is gonna, like, yeah, if you Claydol is gonna do very good against G-Bro, right? And you got Double Dark against back. I mean, weak against Double Dark in the back, weak against Fairy, and you got a Poison Jab Bro there with G-Bro, right? And it's gonna do good against those Fairy. And yeah, Claydol, if you see Claydol in the lead, then you can save swap into your Greninja. Sableye actually does pretty fine against Claydol, right? And against Sableye, except for those Charm users, there are no heavy counters. Well, Shadow Claw against that Dark like Drapion and Skuntanks are gonna be a little harsh, but they need to throw at least 2 moves against you, right? And plus, it's fast moves you are resisting in your Sableye. So yeah, this is gonna be a pretty cool team, so we can run it. Let's move on to another team. It's gonna be team number 6, and G Rapidash or XL Grimer in the lead, and then you got one Mandibuzz and Guzzlord at the back. I had to put Guzzlord somewhere there. It's my favorite for under 1500 or under 2500 CP, both the formats. I had to put Guzzlord somewhere there, right? And the thing is, you kind of struggle against Charm. That is why I put pure Poison type there, Poison Jab. And you can also learn ground move as the fast move. So if you're struggling as Charmers, then you can definitely put Grimer, or else if you put G Rapidash, then it is going to be pretty balanced, but you're going to still struggle against Gardevoir. You gotta stay in the lead, or you gotta bait out, you gotta do a few here and there's. You're still gonna struggle. This is kind of a wild team, right? And yeah, front line is gonna be weak against things like Victinis and things, and Claydols, and backline is good against those, both of those, right? And Drapions and other Poison Jabs, they are good against your lead. And then you got Mandibuzz and Guzzlord, which do heavy neutral damage with your I mean, Guzzlord does good damage with the fast move neutral, dragon damage, right? And bulk of Mandibuzz can put some health, and that's how this team is gonna go. So let's move on to another one. It's gonna be team number 7, Gardevoir and Hisuian, Quillfish, and Drapion. Number 1 and number 2 at the back, I mean ranking wise, and then number 5 ranking in the front. This team is gonna work, right? But definitely struggles against a lot of the things like Claydol. Again, Claydol, you can do some heavy damage with your charm, and then if not, then you can safe swap, but it's still gonna struggle against Claydol. Even if you're running Shadow Charm, then you're still gonna struggle against Claydol. You need a little bit of team play. You got Aqua Tail in your Quillfish, you got Aqua Tail in your Drapion, right? You can always bait them out. You can take shields and do it like that. And this team is gonna work. Let's move on to another team. It's gonna be team number 8, G Moltres and Victini and Maytang. This kind of weird team on paper, but not gonna be weird on the battlefield, because ABB against the Fairy, Charm, G Rapidash, or Gardevoirs. Those are the things that's gonna be more common in the lead. It's either gonna be Claydol, or it's Claydol more, or it's gonna be Rapidash or Gardevoir more. I think sure about that. That is why if you run G Moltres in the lead, it's gonna be good against Claydols, right? And both your backline struggles against Claydol. That's ABB against Claydol in that manner. And your lead is weak against Gardevoirs and Rapidash, and you got too good against those at the back, so it's ABB again against those things as well. So it's reverse ABB and ABB, whatever you like to think, right? And yeah, that is how this team is gonna go. This is gonna be, I think, very good team, yeah. Maytang with Metal Claw is gonna work actually. I'm excited to see a lot of Metal Claw users here, like Maytang. Are there gonna be other Metal Claw users? I'm not so sure. Anyways, let's move on to another team. It's gonna be team number 9 and Annihilate and Gardevoir and G Rapidash. Another wild team. Look at that. And since the introduction of that move, I mean, what am I saying? What kind of grammar is that, man? Since that move Rage Fist was introduced in the game 2 days ago, 3 days ago. It's 2 days ago, right? That's gonna be super good against Claydols as well, right? And you got Double Fairy at the back, and it's kind of pretty good. It's good. It's fine team. Yeah, gonna struggle against those poisons. Only against pure poisons, not the dark poisons. They're still gonna take damage from counters. That is why I didn't keep Primeape there. Yeah, you're resisting those poisons in your Annihilate. It's gonna be ABB against the poisons as well, right? That's how this team is gonna work. And yep, I'm liking this team already. Let's move on to another team as well. This is gonna be the final team. That is gonna be team number 10, Cresselia, Victini, and Sableye. Now, Sableye is gonna be your safe swap for 97.37%. I'm just kidding, for most of the times, right? And yeah, Cresselia gonna be weak against those things like Drapions and Mandibuzz, right? I mean, Sableye is still gonna struggle against that Mandibuzz, but with that Power Gem, if you have Power Gem, you're gonna do just fine. And you got Victini. I mean, the entire team is weak against Mandibuzz. If you do here and there, throw Moonblast from Cresselia. Other than that, this team is gonna do good, except for Mandibuzz and G Moltres and things like that, right? But you got to do some here and there and some teamworks, right? And that is it, guys. Those were the 10 teams, right? And I'm definitely gonna come back for this cup after I played for 2 or 3 days, and I will bring updated best teams. And if you guys want, yeah, that is it, guys. I hope you like this content. If you like the content, please leave a like and comment, and subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. Thank you so much, guys.